Beth. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us.
Well, of course, of course. I'm really excited for Underdeveloped. I've only seen the trailer, so I'm just super excited to know more. Um, is it
Me
cool if
too.
I
Is it
jump
any
right
good, Brian?
I don't know. We hope it is.
I'm just kidding. Sorry.
First off, what can you tell us about the upcoming limited series and then your involvement with it?
Well, do you want to go first, Tom, or do you want me
Uh,
to?
yeah, it's a mockumentary TV series that will be premiering on Tubi September 8th. It is about a group of failed producers that are forced to work together, though it is about production of films. You don't have to understand film production to understand these characters. It's more of a workplace comedy like The Office. I mean, clearly we all understood those people and none of us had ever, sold paper. So
Office politics, and all
yeah,
this.
we deal with a lot of important issues right now, actually, in a comedic way, like inequality of pay, favoritism, nepotism, racism, you name it. If it's a problem that someone's experienced at work, then our characters are going to show you that problem, but we're going to get a chance to laugh about it.
Exactly.
Awesome. So it sounds like it's really, really a timely show considering the WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikes. Does that make you nervous at all for the release, or does it make it more exciting? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
We're actually in full support of the strikes. We have the support of the guilds. Actually, we got a SAG waiver, so we were able to promote this openly. We've had discussions with the WGA as to what we can and can't do because we're an independent company, and we were not, when we were shooting this, we were not associated with any of the companies with the AMPTP. We had the full support of the WGA and everything from there. We had sold this prior to the strikes happening or beginning and everything from there. So it's been a very it's worked out very much in our favor that we have the support of both the guilds, or we wouldn't be having these talks.
Yeah, I've been a member of the Screen Actors Guild for 36 years, so obviously I'm in very much the support of that of the strike. And to explain what I think the messaging should be to kind of give it a sort of a general understanding, there's 160,000 members of the Screen Actors Guild, and 87% of them are making less than $25,000 a year. That's who we're fighting for. The Screen Actors Guild was only getting 2% of residuals from the streamers. They asked for 11, a pay increase. The AMPTP offered 5, and that's why we're on strike. So to explain our waiver, it gave us the position to agree to give our actors 11%. And that's what we did. And that's why we're able to release our show. So I feel like, and Brian does as well, we can kind of be an example to say, hey, it's not a big deal to give 11% to the Screen Actors Guild for their work. So here we are.
And in terms of the WGA, I'm also a member of the WGA, and the importance of that is obviously one of the big things is streaming, and we are going on a streamer. But the thing is about residuals and clarity and basically just making sure that everyone gets their due pay as writers, in amongst other things like having enough writers in the writers room, and of course AI being a very big thing, so we're not having scripts written by chat gpt and then writers being asked to make revisions to chat gpt scripts and everything from there. So yeah, those are all very important things to us, and something that when I was writing the scripts for this, because I wrote all the episodes, I wanted to make sure that we touched base on the greed in the way that some of the studios do and work and everything along those lines.
Yeah, there's a really funny bit in the series where Stan and Joe raised $7 million for funding a film, and Tom Arnold, our boss, goes, "Great, that's 5 million for me and 2 million to go make the movie."
Well, that's great. I'm glad to be able to talk with you about the show, and hopefully more production companies follow your lead. for sure.
Great. Thank you.
So Brian, how did, because you're the creator of the show, how did you come up with this idea, and then why turn it into a limited series?
Okay, so the whole thing of and Tom's aware of this, there would be so many meetings that I would have, and sometimes Tom would be in those meetings, and we would be going, I cannot believe this was brought up. A perfect example is it would be a pitch for a horror film or something, and then one of the executives would say out of the blue, let's put a dog in this, make it like a kind of a buddy film. And I'm like, this isn't the right type of genre exactly for a buddy film. This is a horror or things like that. Examples like that. And while this show, just to be clear, does not focus on one specific person, it's not based off of one person. It's just based off of a combination of experiences that I've had. That a number of people that I've talked to have had the same experiences, and it's just something that I keep thinking, I got to write this thing down, or I got to write this down. And it was just so funny that's kind of how it came to be the creation of this. So it's from years of doing meetings, pitch meetings, talking to agents, talking to managers, studios, everything like that. And that's how it kind of came to be. And also working in the workplace. Before this, I used to work as a creative director of a company, and we had to deal with a lot of different people and clients and everything like that. So combining all of those different things was sort of the inception of this project.
That's cool. It sounds like you have content for like a lifetime with it.
Oh, yeah, this I was able to write out all 6 episodes pretty easily. And the reason why we wanted to do this, to answer your second question, as a limited series, is, shows even like The Office, the first season was 6 episodes. It's kind of a testing platform. We want to see if audiences even can relate to it, if they like it. Hopefully they'll have a good time. I tried to make it so that it relates to everybody, and not just, as Tom was mentioning earlier, not just people in the film industry. And when we have certain things where a person who's not in the film industry doesn't understand, that's the reason for my character Stan, is because Stan's not in the industry, so he always asks Joe, which is Tom's character, what does that mean, or what does this mean, or whatnot, so the audience can understand it better.
Yeah, if we do have inside sort of moments, but I've already seen the comments on YouTube just from the trailer for the show where, we show Ralph passing Joe up. Ralph is Tom Arnold's character, saying, like, don't worry, you're giving this promotion to his brother-in-law who doesn't know anything. He's like, don't worry, you're still running the division, you just don't have the title, money, or prestige. And I think I would say like 75% of the workforce can understand and relate to that position of having all the responsibility but not getting the pay or the title for it. And the comments on YouTube are like, oh my God, that's my life.
Yeah. And that's the thing is that in a sort of way, we feel sorry for the things that happened to Joe. Joe's kind of an underdog here because he rightfully deserves the position that my character inadvertently steals. And so I wanted to just kind of make a commentary about that, because I know a lot of people who are passed up for promotion who should have gotten those positions but didn't get it because of one reason or another, whether it was through nepotism or whatever, office politics that happened in the workplace and stuff like that. And I think that's something everyone can relate to.
Great. So then, Tom, when did you become involved with the show?
Brian and I, this is obviously a while back, we were developing a project together. And so he comes into our office saying, hey, we tried to do TV a few years ago. Let's give it another shake, but we're going to do a comedy. And I was very hesitant because Brian and I have been working together for 20 years now, but we started in horror and then got, deeply involved in our last project, which was a drama. But I was like, you're going to write a comedy? I don't know. I got to read it first. I don't know. And then I read it, and it was, of course, hilarious. And so I was hesitantly involved from the very beginning.
A funny thing is that when I was sending this out to certain studios and companies, they were making the comments that and even Tom's friends were making the comments for reading it that they're like, am I supposed to laugh? Like, because they
Oh,
know me
no.
more from horror and thrillers and so forth like that. So they're like, I find myself laughing at this. Are there any horror elements going to come in, or thriller? Or is someone going to use a gun or anything like that? Because they were used to me doing more along the lines of thrillers and horrors and other things more serious and dark.
I mean, can I specifically call this out? Our production designer called me like 10 pages in. He goes, is this supposed to be a comedy? Like, I'm laughing, like, but I'm waiting for like the turn. And I go, oh, yeah, sorry, it's the comedy. I forgot to tell you.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
And the show's titled Underdeveloped. Where did that come from?
Well, when they call a project in development, a lot of times that means that a project is being developed. It's being created, and whether the script is being done and the storyline is being done, is being built up and designed in a way that it comes out good, because script is key. You know, the script is and story are key. Those are what make the thing well done. But if a project is underdeveloped, that means that it was sloppily done or poorly written or things along those lines. So underdeveloped because it focuses on a group of producers in the film industry who are kind of shoddy, or you want to call them low rent. This being underdeveloped, it wasn't developed enough. That's kind of where the joke comes in for it stuff.
Gotcha. I don't know anything about film or TV production, so that was a nice bit of information for me. Thank you.
No worries.
And you have an incredible cast. What was it like working with everybody?
Well, I'll go and then Tom, you can jump in with me. But working with this cast, obviously I've worked with Tom for a long time, and I worked with Kelly, our other executive producer, before in the past. So we've all worked together, but obviously we like working with new talent as well. Working with Tom Arnold was really fun. He was just, obviously seeing him from Roseanne and all these comedic things, he was the perfect person who I thought would be a great Ralph for our show, just because he has the comedic chops for it. And just looking at him speak just makes you laugh in a roundabout way. And David Koechner from The Office, we just thought we'd have our montage or homage to that type of show because it's kind of a similar vein or whatnot. David Henry, we just thought would be a really great agent, just trying a different role than what he's known for. He's normally known for more playing the good guy type roles, but in this he kind of plays more of a seedy agent in a roundabout way, and it was really fun to see him just have a lot of fun doing that. And some of the other casts, such as Shelley and Sam Levine, we've already worked with previously on our last film, Adverse. So yeah. Tom, do you want to throw in anything?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I mentioned working together with Brian for the last 20 years. It's been about 8 years of working alongside Kelly Arjun as our third producing partner. And so now we kind of are both doing the same thing, producing and acting. But I would say that in this show, Kelly Arjun's performance as Livy, she's a scene stealer. She's kind of like the Phoebe of Friends in our show. So yeah, it's pretty amazing to watch people's reaction to that, and I'm looking forward to the commentary of that, because again, everybody loved Phoebe and everybody's going to love Livy.
People also are commenting her making similarities to Louise from Bob's Burger. She wears this sort of a frog hat the entire time and never takes it off. And she also plays a dual role as her twin sister, Rachel, who plays a very, should we say, really rude, mean person, as opposed to Livy. So she plays exact polar opposites. So it's really fun to see her play both characters.
That's really exciting. I'm excited for the show, to say the least. Like, I'm just excited for it. But we are just about at the 15-minute mark. So before I let you go, is there anything else you'd like to add about Underdeveloped?
I would say to make sure to watch us on Tubi on September 8th. It will also be on another streamer, which we can't announce officially as of yet. But it's free for everybody to watch. You don't need a subscription, and we intended it that way. And I just hope everyone has a good time with it. No one takes offense to it. We make fun of everybody in this, so equally as best as we can. And so again, it's not based off of one person. We just hope everyone has a lot of fun with it.
I just have one small favor to ask, that everyone goes easy on me. It was a purposeful choice that Brian wanted me to grow a mustache for this role and also gain weight for this role. So go easy on me. It was on purpose.
Yes.
So that you could laugh. So be nice on social
media. That's the thing, is Tom and I agree that whenever we're doing a new project together, he's never going to play the same role over and over again. So I said, Tom, let's make you as ridiculous as possible. Let's give you a mustache. Let's give you a beer belly. Let's give you all this kind of stuff. So that was intended, just so you know.
Well, I'm looking forward to that too. All right. Well, thank you both for chatting with me. Again, I'm super excited for the show, and I wish you both the best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us on. Sorry we were 5 minutes late in the wrong Zoom link.
All good.
All right. Take care.
Bye.